Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and WandaVision is creeping into the shadows of witchcraft, toying with us over whether or not Evan Peters represents an actual link to the Marvel Multiverse, as this House of M-inspired series seems to be setting up. Well, no answers on Evan, but episode 7 plugged Nexus antidepressant medication, most likely a reference to Wanda being a Nexus being from the Marvel Comics, a character detached from any one reality with influence over the broader multiverse of realities. So WandaVision still looks like it's setting up the multiverse, just not in the way we expected. Like, rather than Evan Peters being the key to the multiverse, Wanda is. By re-examining the clues given to us these past few episodes, we actually have an idea of what this multiverse birth will look like. And like any birth, it's gonna be gross. Might wanna wait outside. And before we begin, this video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. So episode 7 reveals Agnes is Agatha Harkness, a witch similarly powered as the Scarlet Witch. She conjures up her own purple wiggly woos to match Wanda's red ones. It is implied that Agatha uses her magic to control Evan Peters' character, but this Agatha All Along sequence also shows her winking at, smiling at, talking directly to us, breaking the fourth wall as this episode's title foretells. However, I do not think this makes Agatha a Nexus being herself, because then what would Agatha want or need from Wanda? Agatha would already be god level, and unlike Wanda, in full cognitive control of those god level abilities. In the comics, Wanda Maximoff possesses chaos magic, which she got from the demon Chthon, the original author of the Darkhold. Agatha here possesses what looks like the MCU's version of the Darkhold, so we can assume she has similar powers as Wanda, but with one key difference. In the MCU, Wanda's powers were activated by an Infinity Stone, the Mind Stone, and in episode 8, it's looking like we're gonna flash back to Wanda's Sokovian history, the moment that cosmic radiation activated her. Now, we already know that that radiation is crucial to the properties of the Westview Hex. Darcy identified it as CMBR, and she and Hayward said it was relic radiation dating back to the Big Bang, the same event that Wong explained in Infinity War produced the Infinity Stones. This same radiation empowers Monica Rambeau after it passes through her 3 times, transforming her into, it looks like, Photon, and allowing her to see this radiation coursing through everything like Neo seeing the Matrix code. So that Infinity Stone connection is what makes Wanda a unique witch, a Nexus being. And I think this is what Agatha lacks, what she wants from Wanda. Because despite Agatha pulling the strings behind Westview, if you read closely into those lyrics of Agatha All Along, it doesn't say anything about her creating the hex.
Who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
Messing up everything, as in crashing someone else's party, not hosting the party herself, because why would you mess up your own party? To use WandaVision's extended metaphor of a television series, Agnes may be the director of it, but she is not the series creator. See, in TV, the creator / showrunner, not the director, has the real power. So what does this tell us about how this isolated Westview crisis will explode into a multiverse? One that could give us the X-Men we so desperately want. And again, thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and to run your business. Are you looking for a website to sell your wares? Say you want the world to see your elaborate WandaVision fan art of who you think the big bad will be, and you want the world to see them before the next episode comes out and debunks that theory entirely? Well, you can present your fanfic and any of your other work to the world using Squarespace's professional portfolio designs. Display projects in customizable galleries and add password-protected pages to share private work with clients. You can auto-post your content to Twitter, to Facebook, or Tumblr. They have built-in mobile websites and a really sick mailing list feature to stay in touch with your customers. Squarespace will even sell you a URL. Somebody go check to see if zombievisionismojo.com is available. Yeah, I don't know if we want it, but it's good to know. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/newrockstars to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com WandaVision.com/newrockstars for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Well, Agatha seems to be a witch capable of small-scale sorcery that she gets from her spellbook, the Darkhold, something I believe to be a vessel of the demon Mephisto, maybe lots of other demons too. Agatha uses Wanda's unique Infinity Stone-powered sorcery to create this city-wide hex, probably under the promise of being able to bring Vision back, of working through her trauma, whatever it is. But it ends up trapping both of them inside. Really, her goal is to steal Wanda's Nexus abilities, the ability to branch into the multiverse. And as we've seen through this series, this hex is for the children. It's pressuring Wanda to manifest her kids, Billy and Tommy. And now Agatha has taken them. One possibility is she could plan to trick Wanda into transferring her Nexus powers over to Agatha in exchange for these boys back. But what Agatha won't tell Wanda is that these boys are actually from the Darkhold, pieces of Mephisto's soul.
Unleash hell, demon spawn!
But then what Agatha hasn't counted on is that Wanda's Infinity Stone powered magic is even more potent than anyone thought, fully resurrecting Vision, irradiating Monica Rambeau into Photon, giving Wanda some allies in this fight. That's why Agatha has been trying her best to keep Wanda separate from these two, but in the end they're probably going to be Wanda's saving graces. Now meanwhile, outside Westview, it is clear Hayward intends on launching an attack on this hex.
Make sure the team has everything they need. We launch today.
And as a trigger-happy weapons nut, I think it's fair to assume Hayward might be trying to nuke Westview. If he does that, Wanda, beginning to understand her Nexus abilities, could save Westview by redirecting the blast and the sudden exertion of radiation back into the radiation-based hex itself, exploding it into a spectrum of hex prisms, a multiverse of alternate warped realities. Now, in the breakdown, I discussed how a hexagonal prism with these sharp angles is kind of like a tesseract in that it is a hypothetical fourth dimensional form whose angles don't really make sense. They only make sense as a three-dimensional prism as that fourth dimensional object passes through our 3D plane. In other words, this hexagonal prism is not long for this reality. Its design itself means it must exist in another dimension. Once this all explodes, Wanda could escape with her children into one of these alternate hex realities. This way, WandaVision would not be the full events of House of M just yet. It's really just the opening act to splinter reality into an array, creating a chaotic time stream that will be used as a backdrop for Loki and a Spider-Verse conflict coming in Spider-Man 3. We actually had proof that the world of Spider-Man has been affected by whatever happens in WandaVision because in Spider-Man Far From Home, which remember is set 7 months after WandaVision, Peter Parker gets super excited by the idea of a multiverse.
I'm sorry, you're saying there's a multiverse?
Madness that his teacher, Mr. Dell, keeps identifying as witchcraft.
You know, being a man of science, witches.
And then Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will likely be the climactic showdown of this multiverse saga, the House of M final act, in which I expect the multiverse will collapse back into one reality, sucking in other Nexus beings like Jean Grey and the other mutants, Franklin Richards in the Fantastic Four, and Kang the Conqueror, setting him up in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. You see, we don't need Evan Peters to be Fox Quicksilver to birth the MCU multiverse in WandaVision. We just need Wanda to be a Nexus being under attack by a witch and a dumbass to drop a nuke on him. If you want to support this channel, the best way is to check out one of our many great merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com, like this great and unusual couple shirt. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for all your WandaVision questions. Thank you for watching. Bye.